we're going to have a new segment, right?
Let's wrap it up with this segment is what we can do.
Well, we have one more thing after it, but it's just a small thing. Yeah. This is going to be a new segment, right? Controversial opinions, right? We both have opinions that are very controversial about wrestling, correct?
Yes.
Something that we think about wrestling that other people don't think the same. People think the opposite, basically. Give me a controversial opinion of yours.
Well, people saying that this is currently the peak of women's wrestling and whatnot.
Right.
Just because they're getting 2 fights a show, doesn't mean they're good. They're being glamorized too much. You know what I mean? Like, it's just stupid. Like, but it used to be, divas were mainly like managers for fighters, and fighters herself, like Lita and Edge, or Lita and Matt Hardy, and Edge sometimes. You know, Vicky Guerrero with Dolph Ziggler. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, I think
stupid.
Now, because this whole women's revolution thing happened, everyone thinks that it was actually a revolution. It really wasn't. It was just Sasha Banks is good in the ring. Bayley has an interesting character where she's basically just a fan who gets to go in the ropes. You know, it's like a Make-A-Wish type thing. So, I really don't understand where this whole women's revolution thing came from, because to me, the wrestling looks... I have the same amount of interest in these matches as I did 5 years ago. Which is none. It's the piss break match. And the fact that they had 2 women's matches on Raw means I needed to go piss twice, right? I hate going to have to go piss twice, Kieran. Okay? I enjoy one piss a match.
Boiled the kettle.
Yeah. I went and made a fucking pizza or something, man. Fuck that.
Yeah, but nah, like, I don't know. Oh, of course, nothing against, you know what I mean, women, they're just out there doing their job, but I don't.
Bring back the live sex celebrations. Okay, my controversial opinion, right? And I know everyone in the world's going to hate me for this. What?
Lay it on me.
Lay it on you? NXT. Just let that breathe. Just let it breathe. NXT.
Let it fill the room.
Okay, now that I've pissed off every wrestling fan in the world, NXT is shit. It is dog shit. It is fucking bullshit. It is the worst thing in wrestling except for TNA. I would rather watch Alicia Fox versus fucking Naomi 10 times in a row than I would watch NXT. I would rather watch this fucking women's revolution bullshit than I would watch NXT. Because NXT is shit. Plain and simple, it is shit. All it is wrestling, right? And yeah, wrestling's fine. But if it's just wrestling over and over and over again, it's like just watching an MMA fight when you know it's fake. Okay? Nothing looks real. Yeah, nothing looks real in the fucking fighting they're doing. I mean, the Revival were fucking great. They made me believe in their matches, right? Which is something nobody else can fucking do. Because I barely even fucking believe MMA is real half the time. But fucking... Honestly, I genuinely think most of this shit looks fake.
You really don't like NXT, do you?
I fucking don't.
Well, no, in all fairness, because, you know what I mean, like, you got a room full of wrestling fans, you go, right, let's talk about wrestling. I mean, like, modern day wrestling, they start talking about SmackDown and Raw.
Yeah, like...
None of them go straight to NXT. I feel like NXT wrestlers are sloppy because they know they can get away with it.
Yeah, they're not fully trained when they get there, right? Which isn't bad because it's meant to be developmental, but the fact is, you're showing your developmental program to everyone who watches wrestling.
Yeah.
You can't
well, not
do
wrestling,
that.
Just
yeah, everyone who watches WWE.
NXT.
But fucking, what's it called? When you have the network, you can watch NXT. You can watch it. Back when it was FCW, it was only in Florida. The only way to watch it is if you went to Florida. Or if you lived in Florida, you could watch it on local TV. OVW, Ohio Valley Wrestling, it was the same deal there. Like, so you could only watch it there. So it wasn't getting overexposed. People's flaws weren't getting shown out. And now it's like Bo Dallas. Bo Dallas was pushed to the fucking moon in NXT, right? He had an undefeated streak, and he was fucking over. Everyone loved him. They loved his gimmick. Then he turned heel. Yeah. Well, the fans turned him heel because they got fed up with him. But he was over as a heel. And people genuinely didn't fucking like him. And then he comes up to Raw.
In all fairness, right, I wouldn't call him a heel. I'd just say he was pushing a lot of religion on people.
Like fucking Rhino. Anyway,
Oh, God.
that's a different conversation for another day.
Jesus.
I'm there cutting promos on everyone these days. Fucking yeah, and then he comes up to Raw and SmackDown and he gets booked as a jobber. Like, the fact is, when people allow time to really like get used to these characters, when they get pulled up to the main roster, which is what they all want to do, their characters get changed because it's a different writing staff.
Yeah.
So now you're setting people up to fail with NXT. Right,
sounds
Kieran,
bad.
Name name 3 people from when we were younger who aren't in the Hall of Fame yet, or they could be, but who you think should be in the Hall of Fame. 3 people who you think should be in the Hall of Fame from when we were younger.
Hardy Brothers.
Yep. They count as one because that's a tag team.
Alright, okay.
Stone Cold's already in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Wow. So from when we were young?
Yeah, from when we were younger. 3 people, or 3 teams, whatever, teams count as one.
Chris Benoit.
That's a controversial opinion for another fucking day.
Right, but no, right, okay, yeah, right, okay, we'll talk about that another day, but I'm putting him. He should be in it.
Right.
That's the only one I can think of.
Right, you know who I think of?
Ooh.
I think of Owen Hart, right?
Ooh,
he's not in the Hall of Fame yet. I think of the Hardy Brothers. Right, both the Hardy Brothers.
Hardy Brothers, definitely, man.
And then I could easily name Triple H, right? But he's at the boss of the company.
When he retires, he'll go in it.
I don't think he will go in it until he dies. I think he's got to do the same as what Vince is going to do. When Vince dies, he'll go in the Hall of Fame, but until then, I don't think he will go in the Hall of Fame. Because he basically runs it.
In fact, yeah, alright, yeah, because when Vince dies, he'll be running it.
Yeah. Now, I want you to do the exact same thing. 3 people from now who are going to be future Hall of Famers. Who came up through NXT.
Finn Balor.
Right. Do you really believe Finn Balor is going to be in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, because I'll give him another year or 2 of... In fact, I'll give him 6 months of laying groundwork with Bray Wyatt. Get in his WrestleMania fight against Bray Wyatt. And then I reckon he'll take off like Shawn Michaels from there.
Right, well, name another 2.
Oh God. Kane.
No, Kane's not from NXT. Kane never came up through NXT. Shit. He's from when we were younger.
I totally forgot it was from NXT. Yeah, that's what. Oh God, actually, I can't give you one. Finn Balor if you're lucky.
You can't, because nobody from NXT fucking deserves it. Nobody looks like they're a Hall of Famer. Nobody will become a Hall of Famer. The only 3 people that are even fucking close are the Shield. Right? And even then, Seth Rollins is the most accomplished out of them. Right?
Yeah.
No, Dean Ambrose is. Yeah, Dean's the most accomplished out of all of them. But I think he is the least likely to be in the Hall of Fame.
Dean's a good guy.
Yeah, he makes less than both of them. Seth makes the most, like money-wise. Seth makes more money than both of them, according to figures, not 100% accurate, but apparently
his Seth will do bits in there as well.
Yeah, but apparently Seth makes more. Roman makes quite a bit, but then Dean makes like $1 million a year less, like a ridiculous amount less than them. He still makes like a shit ton of money though.
Yeah,
but he still makes less than those 2. And so, but even though he's the most accomplished, he's won every title. He's a Grand Slam champion. But I think they'll only ever put him in if it's sort of like the same as when they have like so many people in the Hall of Fame, and then they're thinking, wait, we don't really have anyone in the Hall. We don't know who to put in the Hall of Fame this year. We don't really have anyone.
Yeah.
Then they'll put him in. It's kind of like what Gregory Helms. Remember him, the Hurricane? Stand back, there's a hurricane coming through. He'll go in the Hall of Fame, but guess when he'll go in the Hall of Fame? When there's no other fucking people worthy of going in the Hall of Fame. And I like Gregory Helms. I loved the Hurricane. Hurricane and The Rock's promos were the fucking best.
It was a good skit. Skits.
But I just, NXT,
But
Not my cup of
right,
tea.
yeah, okay, I'm with you.
Right.
Right.
Fine. Let's
That was
finish
quite
it.
a lengthed out controversial opinion.
Yes.